Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
When they mined the Nereim, they put down yellow tape right across that line. And if you walked on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blew up.
Strange Tales 136. I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
You ain't lying about that, Mighty Geek. Straight up, the king of comics lives on in the hearts of fans. Alright, for all you who use Gemini mailers to bring your books to us fans, Alt 10 is your 10% discount code on your Gemini mailers. Compliments of our friends over there at Indie Vault.
Indie Vault.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Indie Vault. Indie Vault rocks because they're awesome.
It's here. It's here. I'm here. He's here. And we have a guest.
We have a guest. Sorry.
You guys know me. I'm Pops Van Zant. It's Monday Madness. I'm here with the Richness. It's party time. Our guest today, T.Y. Nereim.
T.Y. Nereim. Hello. How are you, sir?
It's pronounced Nereim, but
Nereim. All right.
Sorry, man.
You got to throw it out there and find out.
I've been dealing with that my whole life.
I get Perotta all the damn time. Trust me. How it is. How are you today, sir? How are you?
I'm doing all right. You know, spending time with family. Wearing this snazzy shirt that my younger brother gave to me as a gift. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Excellent, man. Excellent. I'm glad it
It's
sounds like a holiday.
superhero themed. Why not?
Yay.
He knows me
Yay.
very well.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said he knows me pretty well. You know, the whole superhero theming of the gift.
Right.
Is your brother, you know. So
I
I'm
got a few of those.
Yeah.
I got a few superheroes.
relating. He's your brother. He probably knew you his whole life. In fact,
Probably. He's
Just about.
I don't know. I mean, it could be one of those things where it's like you go to like a deserted island and it's like, bro, you know.
no, Rich. I met one of my half sisters. I met her when I was 27, and I met one when I was 29.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, Dad was gone. I didn't know what, you know, I mean, I didn't know him. I didn't know what he was doing, but when he came back around, he had more kids. So I got to meet my little sister, and then I found out I had another little sister, and I got to go meet that one. And it was like, oh, that's cool. I got more sisters.
Glad.
I actually have a lot of siblings myself, but it's all from the same pairing. I've got 4 brothers and 1 sister. It's a family you call quite Catholic in nature.
Oh, that's very Catholic. Very Catholic. I think I have a sister here in Italy, here in London.
Really?
I mean, her last name is the same as mine, spelled exactly. And we both have the big same moon face, the big eyes and everything. And there was a point where my dad was not around for a little while, right around the time that she was born. We just haven't had the gumption to actually get a test at the super long shot. And I'm not even going to bother with it. But I'm like, if this chick's my sister, I really hate my dad for that.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be a bit upset with him for that.
I'd be a little bit upset, just a little bit upset. So anyway, forget about my genealogy because who cares about me? I wanted to. We are looking now at your campaign, and
I haven't pulled it
let
up
us know. I'm sorry. What?
I say you're looking at it. We haven't pulled it up yet.
Well, I did. I'm a Boy Scout, man. I'm a regular Boy Scout. You know, I like Superman and shit. Well, not really.
Right.
No, not at all. I suck at this.
All right, I'm going to pull this up. We're going to check it out. The name of the book is Save the Day. So it's been on Kickstarter for a couple weeks. And we need to give this one a boost. So let's go check this one out and see what's up. I do like pushing the comics, y'all. I'm like the pusher man on the schoolyard. Yo, call me in. Check this one out. So here we go, Ty. You want to give us the rundown, or would you rather we show the video first and talk later?
Well, what I can say about it is it really taps into a lot of my interests in terms of, because I've been reading comics for about since the I don't know, the first comics I ever read were back in middle school, which was in the early 2000s. And then I really started to get into comics around the time of high school. Started saving up my, cash for just dollar store copies of New Teen Titans, Chuck Dixon's Batman run. But I'd always been sort of flabbergasted, I guess you could say, about the fact that there's not a lot of great all ages comics. At least nowadays, it feels like, it's all focused on the grim and gritty. You're lucky if you get a good all ages Batman comic in a year. So I've always been interested in telling just really solid all ages focused comics. And well, here you are.
Yep, I like it. I opened up 2 of them on Christmas Day. I like the all ages because I got the 4 grandkids I'm trying to bring into what we do. Give them the love of comics that I had when I was a kid. And so I appreciate people that go ahead and make some that are kid friendly too, because, there won't be a next generation if we don't draw them in young.
It's true. Like, you're getting an aging demographic of readers, and if you're not refreshing, with younger readers, with kids, getting at them young, ultimately you're at the very real risk that just a beautiful medium in the form of comic book storytelling could be, if not gone, just terribly diminished, and that would just be a tragedy, like losing, film or radio.
It's already diminished greatly. It may be a tenth of what. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's been bad for quite some time. It has been.
Oh, since I would say maybe since the mid 80s, early 90s, we've definitely been heading in a trajectory where traditionally it's like, oh, comics, that's kid stuff. Nowadays it's like, oh, comics, that's anything but kid stuff.
Mm-hmm. And now it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are quite a few people out there that are doing it. It's just everybody doesn't know about everybody else. It's not like you have a huge corporation that's promoting all the work and you just sit in the background and do it. Okay. And it's like you have to go out there, promote yourself. So does every other person who's making an all ages comic. Okay?
I will say one thing I do like is I feel like DC has been making more of an effort of it as of late with a lot of books they've been putting out of, it's a varying quality, but the fact that there's more of it means there's going to be more of it that's good, and ultimately that's just better overall. Okay, do you want to play the video?
I was checking this out. When Disney stopped publishing their own comics, that kind of killed the all ages market.
Yep.
I mean, when you did, I guess that is kind of true. I mean, all the Donald Ducks, all the Mickey Mouse, all those kind of comics that parents bought for their kids.
Honestly, that is some of my favorite stuff to go back to. Like, genuinely, 60s, 70s, early 80s Archies are incredibly fun to use.
I got a whole box of that stuff.
Those stuff are fantastic. And the same can be said about like the really old Donald Duck, the really old Disney comics are just some of the most clever, like well done comics. I mean, there's a reason that amongst comic collectors, a name like Carl Barks is a household name.
Mike Barron, I think, says Uncle Scrooge was his favorite comic when he was a kid.
Oh, incredible comic.
So, I mean, and that's writer extraordinaire right there. What can you say?
And it's a brilliant concept because, the billionaire, trillionaire Duck that he is, he can go to new locales, get into all sorts of misadventures. It's the perfect formula for telling exciting stories each issue.
All right, let's play this video. Let's check this out. Save the day, y'all. Let me set this up right.
I love this one.
What was that?
I love the way this animation is moving. Has that
Oh
little
yeah.
tiny phone.
No, the original artist behind this is so talented. Like, just there's a touch of subtlety there that I love about it.
It's really good. You picked a really good artist to work with you on this.
Yeah.
This is
No,
really
I've had a lot of luck in terms of working with like a lot of really talented people. For
good.
example, my current illustrator, she is just absolutely incredible. I mean, obviously.
That's really great. That really looks great, man.
Yeah, no, I put a lot of effort into this thing. I've been working on this project for a while now, and I mean, I would say one of the things I really focus on is I just want to tell quality stories that, evoke the same sort of emotions that I felt watching shows like, and this will date me as the millennial I am, but watching shows like Teen Titans, Batman the Animated Series, even Young Justice, stuff that like they made me feel a certain way, and in infinitely nostalgic ways I'm just trying to recapture that same energy, that same feel.
You
Let me interrupt you for just a minute. Hey, Rich. Hey,
yeah,
Rich. Read the ticker, bro.
I did.
Okay, you may continue.
I'm so confused, but okay, move right on.
And that's exactly what we want. Thank you very much. Continue.
Very much. Okay, back to the weather with John. Anyway, let me think. Well, you have it, and you have a manga influence. Is it manga? You have a little bit of a
Oh,
manga.
definitely. The way I would the way I would describe my approach, definitely the illustrator is. I think she's a lot more versed in manga as opposed to more traditional comics. But the way that I write, the way that I script things out, I do full scripts. Like I tell them like what I want the proverbial camera to be doing, the emotions on proverbially screen. I almost approach it like a really, you know, not ostentatious, a very pretentious director. I'm like, I need it this way. I need it very specific. I want to capture a certain emotional vibration, that sort of thing. But although I say that, one of the way that I approach is I try to do things, with a lot of, what am I saying? Just a strong precision.
Yes.
I want to be very precise in how I want the books to look, but I also approach it with a strong degree of flexibility, which is to say, oftentimes something I tell somebody that I work with is, I want it, or this is how I'm picturing it, but if you have a better idea, just run with that. Because these people, they actually know how to draw. I'm like, yeah, obviously things a little better than I do. So, and I feel like that flexibility for strong collaboration is very important. You got to be able to be like, I only know so much. My perspective is limited, and I need, to work with you in order to create what I think is the best comic possible.
It looks really good. It looks really, really good. I like what you have here. I really do.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome very much.
Yeah.
Sam's
But
in the chat. He wants to
How,
know.
go ahead.
Sam wants to know if once you're funded, will you be marketing to comic shops directly?
Honestly, I haven't done a lot in terms of reaching out to. I would definitely love to be able to, get my comics into actual comic shops, go through a company like maybe Scout Comics, or I would love to work with, what was it, not Black Mirror, but there's one company that I've read a lot of stuff they've done. But yeah, I'm hoping to, start reaching out to different distributors. The stuff for the Kickstarter, and I think this is pretty cool because it's sort of almost like what they did for the original TMNTs. I'm going to put those together by hand. Like I've got an 11 by 17 printer. I actually, for these comics, I ordered glossy pages. So I'm going to physically print these by hand, which is something I've got a lot of experience with. I think people have often said like, "Oh yeah, this is a pretty nice comic," uh, but after that, I'm really hoping to reach out and see if maybe there's one of the smaller indies that wants to take a shot on me.
We have a separate conversation going on in the chat about Disney and the Mighty Ducks and
Mighty Ducks.
turning a cartoon in the NHL really made they used the Mighty Ducks, the Disney duck to promote
I
it.
kind of
That's
love
probably
that
mafia
cartoon.
influence.
And then they
Because
made these, they promoted their hockey team, the Mighty Ducks, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. They promoted that through the movies before they even made the expansion team. It's like they like had that shit planned out,
even then, Disney is incredibly clever in terms of like how they market things, how they do things.
Yeah.
I mean, they will sell you something without even you realizing that's what's going on. But honestly, I kind of love that old Mighty Ducks cartoon because it is such a perfect encapsulation of like how comics or how a certain kind of comic was back then. Like it has major Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane vibes, just in terms of like the armor, the physicality, just the overall goofy tone. And honestly, I'm in love with that cartoon. Is it good? I wouldn't go that far, but I friggin' love that cartoon.
Allison says, I used to figure skate. My parents wouldn't let me play hockey. It's like,
honestly, there's another project that I've just been working on the script for I think a few years now, which is set in late '96, which is about the time where, and I think you can speak to this, Rich, where things were not good for the comic industry at that time.
Not horrible.
Anyway, the whole thing is just sort of this story that is, I want to do a story that is very much of that period, of that point in comics. Wow, there's a speedboat. Maybe I shouldn't have done this interview on the side of a lake. Actually, I wonder if I can flip the. Oh.
Yep.
I'm with family.
One off the back porch and different one off the front.
I'm with family. But what was I saying? Basically, I really want to do this comic. I've been working on the script for a while now, which is very much just a love letter to that period of the 1990s, which, warts and all, I think it was really important just for the development of comics in general. Like, what's actually really cool about that Liefeld, McFarlane period is it's very important in terms of breaking the mold of how comics look, and now it can look a million different ways. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Shall we get back on topic?
You are the artist and writer of this, right? The book.
He's the writer. You're just the writer, correct?
I'm the writer, yes.
Okay, and who's the artist?
Lizzie is the artist on the project, Lizzie Burke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Lizzie Burke, if you're watching at home.
Those pages were done by my friend Carter, which they were only able to do the first issue, and then ultimately ended up having to find a new artist, which at the time I was lucky with how things just sort of slotted into place, and I've been working with Lizzie since then.
Okay, can we see anything of Lizzie's?
Well, I mean, there are some pages. If you scroll down a little bit, right after the first page there, just under that this is Carter's work, and here's some stuff that Lizzie did. Which, just some of my favorite pages from the project. This one being really dramatic, a nice, tense little fight scene, and the one above it being more like emotional in how it presents itself.
This is I like the smack, kick, punch, dodge. I like that drawn into the panel like that.
Oh my God.
Honestly, something I keep saying is, if she doesn't end up with an Eisner by the time she's 30, then the system's rigged.
It's rigged.
It is. It's rigged. So $10.
$10.
$10 gets you a copy of Issue 1 and a digital copy of 1, 2, and 3.
And yeah, they're gonna be physically printed by hand. So I think that really speaks to, potential collector's value. I don't know.
It does. It speaks a lot. How many issues have you done so far?
So what's complete at this point is 4 issues. Issue 5. No, wait. No. 5 is written, but we're starting on illustration, only the early part of illustration at this point. 6 is halfway written, I think, at this point. And I'm actually working on issue 7 while I work on issue 6, because I'm a man of ideas. It's this weird mashup of horror and magical girls, and just just in terms of my style, it's very earnest, very it's only a little touch of horror. I've been reading a lot of Genji Ito of late, and I've just sort of been inspired by that.
I'm looking at it right now. This is really cute. I really dig it. I love how to me it's an Americanized version of anime, of manga, and you look like you struck gold twice with the art, because if you have one and then the other, well, now what's the artist name that you're working with now again?
Lizzie.
Lizzie and some of these later pages, it looks like Lizzie gave you a really nice transition from one style to another without ripping it apart or anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Job on that.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, they're very different styles, but they both, I think, capture the same sort of energy. They really get across the tone that I've been trying to achieve. So, in that sense, it's working out really well.
It is, and I mean, because I was not sure, or I had no idea that you used a different artist in the middle of everything. I was like, well, whoever was doing it, I mean, it's like she did a really lovely transition from one style to another. It's almost cute. It's a very good job. And let me see something here. You have 8 things left on that thing. Are we going to continue? Pops, we still going to go through the rewards that we have here? Or
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
All right, let's do it. You want to do it?
Sure. It's just different covers.
Right,
I got $5 pledge. You get the digital comic package, and thanks. Because hey, thank you for backing. Of course, we appreciate everybody who backs and supports our indie friends. That's what this is all about. Pledge $10 or more, you get the Save the Day #1 Kelsey C variant. Which one is that? Where is it? I don't see it. I'm looking for Kelsey C here.
Let's see. Third row. The third row down.
Okay. This one?
Yes.
Okay. So that's for $10. Then you got the Sarah variant down here.
Oh yes, that's a cover done by Sarah Louver.
Right there. Or the Virgin. I'm sure there's a tier for the Virgin. You got the Lizzie B variant right here. Sarah #2 variant right there. All of them $10. Lizzie #2 variant right there. #3 variant right there. I'm pretty sure y'all can figure this out, right?
It's pretty straightforward.
We got the EM #3 hiding down here in the corner.
Ian McGinty is who did that cover.
E&M, yep, gotta have that one.
Oh, he's incredible.
The Kelsey Save the Day #1 inked variant.
Woo!
This one?
Yeah, that one.
This one? Okay. And let's see. The Kelsey C. Virgin variant. So you guys, there's 16 different covers here to choose from. They're all either $10 or $15. Then down here, I like this. The pledge $15 or more get the Save the Day #4 early exclusive. And I'm pretty sure that's the one you say you were going to put together yourself, right?
No. At this point, I think they're actually all going to be just, I was thinking in terms of quantities, but if the quantities are low enough, I'm probably just going to put them all together myself.
Okay, cool. So this one, the early exclusive, Save the Day #4, includes all the pages of the 4th issue. The backers also receive the PDF containing 1 through 3. So you get the whole story right there, 1 through 4. So, and he said they're in production #5. So, right there, all the way caught up. Wow. There's a lot of stuff here, man. The 1 through 3 bundle, that's physical, right? Yeah.
Yes, and it's all of Lizzie's covers.
Okay. And the Virgin Sarah Save the Day #1 inked. Must be that one.
Yeah, 4th row, 3rd from the left.
Oh, this one? Okay. So there you go. There's a lot of different covers here to choose from. Solid story. Hey, what can you say? You got to go out and check it out, y'all. Go check it out for yourself. Take a look. If you like it, throw your wallet.
And I hope you do.
Throw your wallet at it. You know how we do this. Back that stuff.
Yes. So spend money. Be generous.
There you
And
go.
make sure we get this man a shield. I mean, finish the campaign. On a positive note. Aha.
Now, one thing there's a couple things I would say. Okay, first, always include a retail package. Like a retailer can get 10 books at a discount, whichever covers they want. You see what I'm saying? Offer that 10-book bundle for a discount for retailers, for people in a store who just happen to stumble on this and go, oh, I need some more kid books in my store. This is perfect. And then they can choose between whatever covers they want or whatever. And, always be friendly to the retailers. That's the only way we're going to get them to look at crowdfunding. The only way. Look at Rich. Yeah, got to be friendly to the guys in the store. They sell more comics than anybody else.
I work at a comic shop, so I'm quite familiar with the sort of volume they go through from week to week.
That's it.
I'm the guy who puts them all fancily, and I work at one of the bigger shops in Florida. I spend, I don't know, 2-3 hours, maybe 4 hours just setting things up for Wednesdays,
Nice.
And there's so much.
Nice. I got a friend that works at the Collective down there in Florida, and they're
Really?
they're doing signings all the time, and freaking, they have their live auction weekly, and they're using the internet to their best advantage.
Oh my goodness, the sort of volume that's being moved online nowadays. I know a shop that
That guy
I
has
think
a wall.
they do almost exclusively online now.
This guy has a whole wall in the store that's just indie stuff that he finds on shows like mine.
Maybe I should make a house call.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop on by.
Danny Morales works there. It's Brendan's store, but Danny.
I know Brendan.
Danny Morales. When he went to work there, he just kind of like brought the madness with him into the store. He's one of the people that sometimes he does panels in our CromCon and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we always make sure that people know, it's like put a retail tier on that campaign because Danny might be looking. He's part of the madness. He's part of what we have going on. So, he
It,
likes to have indie books in the store,
it
and,
couldn't hurt.
you know, and you got to blow that horn, man. I didn't even hear about you till the other night on fucking Indie Bowl. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've said this before. I'm very much more focused on the creative side of things than the salesman side, which ultimately is, I don't know, it's my undoing.
There's
Uh,
there's
I-
uh there's a set of hats you wear when you become a self-publisher. There's a set of hats. It's not just one hat anymore.
maybe I need to go to a hat fitting.
You have to have the publisher hat, the promoter hat, the marketing hat, the business hat, the artist or the writer hat. You can't forget that one because that one's the one that starts it all. But all this other stuff, business acumen, customer service, all this other stuff plays such an important part after the fact.
Hmm.
When it's time to promote the book, when it's time to market the book and produce the book, all the other hats come into play. And it's good to be, on top of it, man. There's a huge YouTube network out here that promotes what people like you do. You know, Getting on Indie Vault was a good step because that puts you in front of me, that puts you in front of RJ, that puts you in front of William, a bunch of other shows who
Cascading effect.
we all keep an eye on what each other's doing, and we pass you guys around like a fatty. I ain't lying. I, I mean, I know it's a children's book, but we make sure you go on as many shows as we can possibly get you on before your campaign's over. That's what we do, you know. Um, and we try to make it fun. We try to make sure that everybody is having a good time.
Hmm.
You know, this book needs more eyes. That's the only thing it needs is more eyes on. So I'm gonna challenge you right now with 8 days left to hit up like you're in the madness now. If you look in the madness, you scroll down to last night, the night before, you'll see 7 or 8 other shows that you can go on that are always looking for content. They're looking for people like you to come out on their show so they can promote what you do. I always make sure I share those other streams to the madness so you guys can find them. You see what I'm saying? So you have platforms to go out on. Okay, Catch the Craze, um, Creators Outlet, Critical Blast. There's so many shows out here doing what I do, and they all have a different audience. I mean, you gotta plug. It's like the stars hitting the late night circuit when they put when their new movies coming out. They go on one show after another, and then they're on the morning show, and then you see what I'm saying? They're all over marketing what they're doing.
Market saturation.
You have to do that. You want $3,000 in pledges? You got to talk to 1,000 people, 2,000 people. Maybe you'll get a couple hundred of them to back your book. You see what I'm saying? But you got to talk to them. You got to be seen by a lot of people.
Oh, I 100% agree with you.
Next time you come out ahead of time, you drop that pre-launch page. You get your email sign-up list going, and you come out on our shows and you let everybody know we're going to launch next week. You see, you come out before you launch and you let everybody know, and then you do what we call a launch party, where you come out on somebody's show like 30 minutes before the launch and get everybody psyched up for it, and then bam, launch it. And the same thing with the countdown. You come out an hour before it's over and you try to get them last minute people to back your book. It's a lot of work. Once you've got the book done and you're out here selling it, it's time to go to work. It really is. You ask Rich will tell you. You gotta put in the work, man. And William in the chat, he'll tell you the same thing. You gotta really do the legwork, man. If you want to succeed, if you really want to get these books in people's hands, you got to work your ass off. You really do. yeah, you got to make sure the stores can make some money too. You got to price them in that margin.
Oh
Where
yeah, no, I know that comic shops. I think they pay somewhere around 50% of retail.
right.
So it's got to be, it's got to be enough of a discount where they can actually, make their money back and then some.
And see, William prints thousands of books at a time so that he can be down in that margin where he can sell the books cheap and make sure that there's money for the comic store to make money as well. But the books are like beautiful books. They're very good quality and they're awesome. The content is amazing. But the price, he prints enough volume so that he can meet those prices that the
Bulk discount, yeah.
looking for. He's one of my go-to guys, William, right there in the chat. Okay, he's one of my go-to guys when people have questions or they're in a snag or a stall. It's like, I'll tell you, go talk to William. he's got the insight, and he's he's in like 40 stores, and he's working with a distributor and maybe in the future a couple distributors. He's got, he's putting in serious legwork. He calls retailers, hey, yo, check out this. Can I send you this? You can look at it. Let me know if you like it. Maybe your customers are interested in something like this. He puts in legwork. Okay, really trying to get his book seen. He sold a couple thousand copies of 1 and 2 already. So
Those are good numbers.
1,000 each. I mean, of number 1 and number 2. So, dude's putting out books and he's doing it by working, not by hoping. You know what I mean? There's people that come out here and they put up a campaign and they just think Kickstarter is going to market their book for them.
No.
That ain't how this works, yo.
No. It's rather treacherous. It's constant. It is pain. It is consistency. You will spend, as an artist and a writer, I spent just as much time, if not more, promoting the damn thing that I did for putting it together. Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Big ouch. That was painful. The first one I did good. The second one I did better. But the third one I got to do a lot better because the second one I made miscalculation. Make sure that anything that you do when it comes to anything, you schedule ahead of time. Always.
Yep. Give yourself a cushion. When you say, I'm going to have this done you think you're going to have it done by June, tell everybody you're going to have it done in July.
Yes.
Give yourself a month cushion for that. We don't have no ink, or you can't get paper, or whatever, shipping fucking delays, or, there's so many things that interfere with fulfillment, that can interfere with fulfillment, so give yourself a month cushion. Who cares? Okay, they're backing the book because they like the look of the book. They don't care that much. Look, I backed Godlike, John Malin's book. It's not supposed to come out until like September of next year.
My goodness.
I want the book, I'll wait for it, at least that's what he said. It's not going to be ready till then. It'll probably come out before that, but he gave himself a cushion just in case. Who knows what this summer is going to bring? Lockdowns, postal interference, nobody knows. So give yourself a cushion. Don't ever assume everything is going to go perfect and according to plan, ever. Because nothing usually does.
Nothing ever works according to plan. It depends on how much the man plans for any type of
Only Hannibal gets that. I love it when a plan comes together. Only Hannibal gets that. The rest of us work a lot to fix the plans as they go awry.
The plan comes together.
We work a lot harder at it, for sure.
We do. And we do a lot of stuff. We're here to help you too, man. You have 8 days left on this thing. Quite a bit. How can we help you? How can I help you? Or how can
I'll reach out to you guys on social media later.
Please do.
go in the madness and just scroll back a couple days and look at all the different YouTubers that are there in the group. Okay, there's a lot of them. All of them are approachable. I put them in the madness so you guys can find them. Okay, let them know. I got 8 days left. I need to be seen. They understand that's why we're here. Okay, we get it. You need to be seen. Okay, so get a hold of RJ Carter at Critical Blast. Let's start there. You know, get a hold of him.
Definitely RJ Carter. He is a good soul. He saved my friggin' campaign. God bless him. And Pops too, but still.
Definitely get a hold of RJ and he get on his show. William Pace, let's see, a couple others. Yeah, we'll talk later. I'll make sure you know.
We will talk later.
I really appreciate it.
Drew, that guy that was on the show with you the other night, Drew E, he has a show. He does this. There's so many people, you know, there's so many people that do this, you know, just get out there on YouTube, start looking at who's talking about comics and get in their chat and say, hey, yo, I'm Ty. I got a book called Save the Day. You got to get known by these people so that they talk about you in other people's chat. See, like you see how COVID Kev just dropped this link right here. Okay,
I appreciate COVID Kev.
There are people that if your name gets mentioned on somebody's show, they will automatically pop your link in there just because somebody said your name. You got to get known. You see what I'm saying? You got to get on these chats. You got to get in these shows. You got to get known. And then it just becomes an exponential. There's some people that just do what Kev just did on every show they're watching. There's people that do that. Okay. Frog G, Felix Haas, people that just share everybody's link. That's what they do.
Yes.
My goodness. Almost like a virus.
Yes. And
oh my
you just gotta get seen, man.
A virus.
It seemed like an appropriate metaphor.
Feels like a contagion. Oh, like a hydra.
That's a good virus, bro.
That's a good virus. I don't know, snowball effect, an avalanche. I don't know. I only have a degree in English. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Ouch.
Definitely though. Yeah, he knows. He knows. Check it out. Definitely look through the group, man. Go back a few days and you'll see 10 or 12 different YouTubers. Okay? And all of them, we count on people like you to give us content. You know what I mean? Without people like you, we got nothing to talk about. So
true. Life is very boring. Me and Pop.
I will say I really appreciate you guys having me on. I'm hoping this will move some numbers, and I just really appreciate you guys giving me the time of day.
Basically, it's all about networking and promotion. Okay, you've done the work. The book is ready. It's all about networking and promotion now. If you want to get the book in people's hands, you got to do the rest of the job. Or you hire somebody like me. No. There are people out there that do campaign management, and a lot of people will come to you and go, hey, man, I can run this campaign for you and make you a bunch of money. Be picky about anything like that. Research that real good, because there's some people that will hit you get emails. I get emails. I don't even have a book. I get emails by people that want to run my campaign.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? They're scammers. A lot of them are scammers. Not all of them. There are some really good people out there really trying to help, but at the same time, they're scammers. So be real careful, anybody that's offering their services to you. If you're not looking for that service and you're researching people that do that, don't be even talking to the scammers. You know, them email specialists. Scary.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Stone. I thought I sent you the link. Our next guest going, hey man, you want Oh geez. I'm all on top of my game today, baby. You can tell it's the Monday after CromCon, can't you, Bridge?
Yeah. I'm still recovering. I'm trying to wash down all the vodka and tonics and friggin' White Russians and all the alcohol that I consumed with the gin and tonic.
Oh,
Let's hope it works.
Ty, look, 8 days.
You can do it.
Next Monday.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Check us out now. Next Monday, if you want to jump back out here, do something at the last minute, or next Tuesday morning during the Tuesday morning brew. If you want to come out and do that last minute, hey yo,
Hey yo.
you know,
To Ramon. Hey, Simon's here. Hello, Simon.
what's up, Sim? How you doing, bro? Wow.
How you doing, Simon?
All right, so Ty, tell everybody where they can find you, bro.
Okay, so just you should be able to find it. Go to Kickstarter.com, look up Save the Day. I imagine it's probably not that hard to track down. You can also look up my Twitter at @TY_Nereim, as well as my Instagram, where I have those. I post about the Kickstarter.
Got anything else, Rich?
No. I do not.
He's always so animated.
He's a regular Jim Carrey.
Ty, let me know. We'll have you out next Tuesday morning. Do a last minute thing on your book before you're done.
I appreciate the offer.
Fantastic. I would like that. And we are we gonna have this gentleman on the Monday Madness next week?
Well, that's what I said. Probably Tuesday morning might be better.
Okay. All right. Tuesday morning we can work that out.
The Tuesday morning stream I did this last Tuesday, which was totally unscheduled and everything, was huge. I had a whole bunch of people watching. It was big, like for me, you know.
I was just trying to do some mystic thing because I didn't have my fog machine plugged up, and like it fucked up at the last minute. I was just like, now I gotta pretend to be a fog machine. Thank you, Rich. There you go, Rich. Thank you. This is the essence of the fog. What's up, guys? What's up, Pops? What's up, Ty? What's up, Rich? It's good to see you gentlemen again. You got a fog machine? No shit. I need it. I need it like 24/7. You know what I mean? Like when you're in the mood for literally anything, you just throw on that fucking fog machine. And I'll leave it there. Look at improvised fog machine. Wait a minute. Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's right, kids.
Incredible special effects.
Incredible. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like Michael Bay, eat your heart out, man. How do you even spell Bay? Is it BAE, BAYE? Bay watch? I don't know. I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking his name or nothing.
Stone,
what's up, Paul?
Good to see you, man. I missed you all year, bro.
Fuck, I missed the shit out of you, Pops, man. It's just the energy, the sincerity between you guys. It's just missed the living shit out of all that. And I'm so happy to come back to the community and just share ideas and just swim in this sea of creativity with you guys and just talk about this stuff. It's just it revives you. I'm not gonna lie, because you got to be a little bit crazy to be a creative, I believe, because there's parts of characters that live with you for a while, and you might be in the cereal aisle of Walmart or Target, or Target for those who are bougie, and you might be talking to your character. So I said, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "I'm talking to the main character, duh." Because they don't understand what's going on here. Right. So it's really nice to get back in amongst my people. I'll put that in big banner. I don't know, maybe in Comic Sans text, my people.
I'm reminded of, because I would say, I don't know if I could really say this or not, but back in high school, a little bit of college, I did a bit of theater. I don't know if I would say my background is in theater, but I've taken classes, I've been in plays. And, that still carries over into my writing, where I will find myself just sort of reciting the lines that I'm writing back to myself and just making little faces like, "Ugh," I don't know, but and people
That's
will
the great
look at me
part.
and be like, just give me the weirdest look. I'm like, I'm working on something.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm working on something, and isn't that great? That when you can, if you're writing something and you so-called get into character, right?
100
And
years ago, they would have burned me as a witch.
I mean, well, they tried. Whether they burned Bruno at the stake just because he was trying to ask some questions about, hey guys, look at the science. They're like, how dare you? But it's liberating when you can get involved into your craft and say, like, you know what, how would that sound if I read this out? Well, how would it look like? And then maybe you were in the kitchen, you acted it out while something's on the skillet, etc. You know what I mean? Oh, look, who's that handsome fella? Doesn't look like me. Is that me? He's got a lot less hair than I do. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there he is. There's that guy on the right.
Who is that guy?
That guy. That fucking guy owes me fish nachos, man. He owes me like 3 orders of fish nachos and $2 and 60 cents.
Rich, check that head.
Yeah.
And look. Does that remind you of anything? Those two pictures?
No, it does not. Not, you monster.
It's me. I'm the monster. You watch it.
Me. I'm the monster.
Rich did that to his head once on my show, Stone.
He did, and I missed it. Son of a bitch.
He totally took all of his hair off right on my show.
So what I'm hearing is that now that it's growing back, that there's a potential that it'll happen again. Is that what I'm hearing, Rich?
I don't think he's going to let that happen again.
That I hear the music from the movie Platoon when Elias is shot, and it's like crescendo, like get like the flashbacks and shit, and I'm like, no.
No.
If I can just interject for a section, I don't want to be rude by just leaving without saying anything, but I have animals to go take care of. So again, thank you for having me on, and hopefully I'll be able to come back soon. You guys take care.
Like I said,
take care,
Tuesday morning, man. Get with
Take care, Stone.
All right.
Have a good day. Later,
Peace.
Pop. Later, Rich.
Later.
It's just a Monday. It's just Monday. You know what I mean? I woke up, I was like, damn, it's Monday. Holy shit.
Monday,
and I was waiting. I know folks maybe listening or watching at home, and I know we would probably try to get into the meat and potatoes of what you see on the screen. But then when I got up, I was like, all right, now this is the time of the year where, like, after the holidays, you're like, what is life right now? What do we have to accomplish? And so when you go inside the store, nobody's there. After everybody was like, bumping up against each other as if it was some sort of, messed up orgy just over groceries, right? And then now you go there, and I'm like, what? Everybody's gone. Everyone's just that we don't know what to do. These are the days, and these are the, how do you say, the void. This is the week of the void, where it's like after the holidays and all the euphoria, etc. Where is everybody? Where are you motherfuckers at? Anyway,
so the journey of the shadow.
What?
What's that, Pops?
The journey of the shadow.
Journey of the shadow.
Shadow.
Look, Rich. Look.
What?
Censored.
What do you censored? I don't censor shit. I will throw them titties out like.
I thought about that. So these images like that I slapped up there, and I said, well, I put this much work in to like get the censor bar right, and I just upload them to my website. But then I thought about it. I said, well, it's my fucking website. Why can't I just have the titties out there? You know what I mean? And I just never took the step from there to say, well, just free the titties. # free the titties. So I didn't. They're there. I mean, leave it to the imagination, and that's going to be the incentive for somebody to be like, man, that's going to look good by the time that censor bar is removed. So Journey of the Shadow, this thing that's coming up, and I just finished this. I gotta say it right up in front, guys, that Darkness Falls is literally coming soon. And I just finished compiling the manuscript, the raw manuscript, last night, because I said today's Monday. Right. I finished compiling it last night. Incentive to pay to see them titties. You damn right, Simon. Simon knows. Point at you, Simon. Improvise, adapt, overcome. And I finished. This project was originally called Volume 2. A little bit of backstory, and a little bit more backstory behind that. Volume 1, which is has already been released on Kindle, and you can get physical copies and whatnot. Originally, Volume 1 was merged with what was become Volume 2, and then I got, hell yeah, brother, I got Volume 2, separated. When you were in chemistry class and they asked you to separate the liquids and make some sort of solid, and as it coalesces on the bottom of the tube. Anyway, so Volume 2 manuscript came out into existence, I think, around maybe 2009, 2010, and that's around the time I hopped into college. And then when the plague hit around, like April 2020, I released Volume 2 as like a PDF because it was just rough. I didn't send it to any editors or nothing like that. I didn't release it to Kindle Direct Publishing. And I said, let's just put some more creativity out there just for folks to have something different, in their lives. But then 2020 kept happening. And then I re-examined what Volume 2 or what Journey of the Shadow was in itself. I was like, damn, I didn't know the story was a lot bigger, because I said, well, we can explore a hell of a lot more of the human experience. We can explore a hell of a lot more of topics like philosophy, the duality of man, pluralism, existentialism, you name it. I said, especially now that we're looking at on the screen here, if I can direct your attention, these are the three goddesses of the universe. I chose a matriarchal system for a reason. I'll get into that later. But as it says,
okay, cool.
Goddess, what's that?
MILF. All right, cool.
MILF. Yeah, these are mothers.
MILF.
Yeah, MILF. That's what I told Shikari when I worked with. I said, Shikari, bro, these are the MILFs of the universe. All right, so that's period. He's like, I get it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Man,
what's that, Rich?
Man, these are the greatest memories I've ever seen rendered.
Wait till you see them. Wait till you see them on, with the copy on top of that. But anyway,
yes,
Goddess was so. And yeah. There's. What's that?
I found the merch.
Yeah, you found the merch. The merchandise set.
I gotta keep going. Where are we? Where are we on that?
Oh yeah.
What, on the merchandise?
No, on the website. Is it like farther? What you guys are looking at right now? Did I miss it?
What are you looking for?
What are you looking for, bro?
Looking for where you are right now.
We're at the top.
Oh,
it's right at the top. Yeah.
Alrighty.
There we go. And then you see the blurb. Yeah.
You can see right there where it says download Darkness Falls Chapter 1 for free. Check it out.
For fucking free, guys. You can try it before you buy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some people are.
My question to you, Stone.
Pops, go ahead, shoot.
Are there any first edition number 1s left?
Yes, 3 of them. I'm looking at the box right now. It's just like, okay, I have 3 first edition copies of Volume 1 left. I'm looking at you right here.
I like them first editions, bro, especially when they're running out. You hear what I'm saying,
There are only 3 left on the planet. That's it. Physical copies. You're not going to find any more first editions online.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so very much, Simon. I didn't know where in the world did I put that Twitter link? But hey, it's just like I said, Monday's a blur. And when you're doing stuff like, I need to market this. Oh my gosh, I need to make sure this link is up here and blah. You're a one-man army, right? As we all know. So things will, slip your mind. But thank you so very kindly, Simon. There are only 3. If I could digress for a moment, there are only 3.
Yeah, he just made it so I can find you too. See that? See how it works?
Look at that. See, it's a family. We're a big, fat, happy family. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Instagram.com/JOTS store. That's the official store page on Instagram, where Instagram allowed me to post the titties and the MILF hips and the birthing hips and stuff, because and when they released their new terms of service, it made it much harder to try to post anything. So I was just like, we have got to make these censor bars bigger, blah, blah, blah. So Instagram.com/JOTS_store is the official store page that you can browse through my entire catalog of products. Oh, man, we got prints, 5x7 high resolution prints like these. Look at that. That's the artist Sofa.
Look.
Look at that. This is First Lieutenant Arlette Salvaterre of the Devonian Military Police, and this artwork was rendered by Sofa or Sophany 31. Absolutely brilliant.
Officer?
Yeah, this is a first lieutenant. This is a military officer. This is her day off. I like to call this artwork. This is her day off. Arlette's day off.
I'll bet it is.
And that sundress, I always envisioned her wearing something really pretty because her personality suits it like a sundress. And let me see if I can get it closer before the camera blurs. You guys can see the spaceships and shit, and rose petals going. What's that?
Oh no, I'm just looking at the titties with the glare on it.
We're all about the titties over here, okay?
I'm becoming a dirty old man, so I might as well embrace it.
Just embrace it. Just don't fight it.
The art in and of itself is really, really lovely. It really is. Whatever you did, you put together a really very talented team in what you're doing.
Thank you, Rich. You're a veteran, my friend, and I'm just an author, for crying out loud. I haven't set foot in any comic office or doors or worked with any representative or something like that.
Look, all that shit is so overblown and it's so overdone. I mean, this is going to sound like I'm going to brag, and by no means is it. When I was at Marvel and at far less at DC, but when I was over at Marvel, I'd be able to walk into the fucking offices every so often at will. And it really is, all it really is just another silly office with a bunch of Marvel pictures. That's really it. You're not missing much. I mean, maybe you get the whole fandom thing, whatever the hell it's supposed to be when you meet the editors and you meet the original artists there. But that it's so much more fluid now with the advent of crowdfunding and with the software that's available. It's actually better to cheap, even though it's more expensive down the road. It's better to pick up the Adobe programs on the monthly basis than it is if you just get the damn software outright, because that's easily $1,000, if not a dime. And
I'm listening, Rich.
To do, and if you haven't, if you have the drive and you have the ability to organize something along those lines, as well as keep a story, as well as put together a website, as well as promote this thing to its logical conclusion, you work just as hard as any publisher of any type of scale, so I guess you can say that it's like, I don't have an office. F it. Who cares? Who
cares?
Well,
who
at this point,
cares?
I will say that COVID has taught us a lot of things. It's like first off, there's a lot more important things than having to do all the stuff that we used to do before. I'd like to think all of us are a lot closer together because we've been separated for such a great length of time. I also like to think that we've all become a little bit more, we've all developed a greater sense and ability of ingenuity when it comes to trying to get things done. I mean, if it wasn't for Pops has opened up something that is just so far reaching that he's only hit the tip of the iceberg, and he's already been at it for 2 years.
That's amazing.
If it wasn't Pops, more than half, I'd say, dare I say 2/3 of any campaign that went out would have failed. Because of Pop's exposure And not just that, because of the dedication that he has. And I see that similar dedication in this website that you have, and these characters that you've developed, and the artists that you've managed to garner and bring in together for all of this stuff. This is just drop dead incredible. I love it. It's beautifully.
Thank you, Rich.
I gotta say it again. I gotta say it again. I gotta say it again.
Say it again, Pops.
Look, if y'all ain't putting out this badass shit, Pop's got nothing to talk about.
That's right, but still, but everybody is though. And they're
Pops,
whether they're good or really terrible, it's you who make sure that at least people get to see what's out there.
My bad.
Right. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You do it on a much grander scale and with much more flair than most everybody else does. And again, you're more dedicated because you allow some of these people more than once to do this. I'm a recipient of such generosity, as well as about 3 or 4 people I can name off the top of my bloody head. I mean, one we just talked to earlier a few minutes ago. Pops does not stop. And
Pops don't stop. That's right.
And this is the reason why. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this for Pops, and I'm gonna be on this show for Pops, and I'm gonna do this drawstring with Pops. And who is Big D Wild and all that shit? I mean, he knows what we're talking about, but it's just like being around someone who's as dedicated to what he does as I'm dedicated to what I am, and how dedicated you are to what you're doing. It's enlightening, because it's like this is a very small, almost incestuous industry that we have. And when I say incestuous, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Alabama increases on that. So I get it.
I wasn't going to say word. All right. I was just.
Don't worry.
Dude, it's your sister.
I used to live in this
my
house.
big sister's here.
I used to live in this house. Trust me. But you know what?
My sister's in chat.
That's Stone's sister, man. I remember talking to her last year. It was awesome. That's awesome.
She's if I may, that's
Is her name Pebbles?
If you guys
know.
What's that?
Is her name Pebbles?
No.
No, no. But that's her new name now.
Oh, now you said it.
I'm sorry, Sakina. Your new nickname is Pebbles now. Since I'm Stone, you got to be Pebbles.
Oh my God!
I wanted to say that this book, or actually Journey of the Shadow in general.
Put that back up there.
There we go.
Show them how thick that book is.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Here we go.
That's a book, y'all.
Holy shit!
That's a whole ass book, guys.
I love it.
This is volume 1, and if not for this lady in chat, that my big sister, I probably would not have pursued publishing, let alone going further. Damn, I know, Skater. You just have to live with it.
Thank you, Pebble.
Thank you. But if not for her, I wouldn't have pursued publishing, because it was like in 2016, basically my second year of my PhD classes, right? And she looks at me, and I'm typing away because I got some downtime, and I'm typing away at this manuscript, and she's like, "Well, you need to get that thing." I think she cussed me out that time because she was holding her son. And I was just like, okay, well, all right. And so then I did it. And so in August of 2017, I published volume 1. And so on the first page of the book, it reads, "I dedicate this book to the youngest of my 6 older sisters, Sakina Abdullah. Thanks for convincing me to pursue this work. Sorry it took 14 years, sis." And so if not for that lady, all of this, because I didn't think, I'm going to be dead honest with you guys, I didn't think that folks would take an interest in these ideas that I had this brewing in my head since like 2001, right? I have like manuscripts and like notes and bullet points written in old, leaflet paper and stuff. I used to work as an AutoCAD technician at a countertop manufacturing small business. And during lunch breaks, I would take a physical notepad with me. And during my lunch break, I would write out my ideas. So by the time I get back home, this was like 2005, 2006 or something, and I throw on some Soundgarden, Super Unknown or some shit like that, or some Alice in Chains, and just start typing away. Sakina says, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to quote, Pebble says, I'm going to tell you guys, "I had moments reading The Hunger Games where I had to walk away and be like, it's too much. I need a break. I had those moments reading Volume 1's manuscript. Seriously, the man put in work. Thank you.
So I am completely unsurprised at that. I am completely unsurprised that Stone has put in any type of work on anything when it comes to that. You are wow. You are an inspiration, my friend.
Thank you so very kindly, Rich.
Here you go. Ready, pops. I just fanboyed all over the floor.
I know. I was waiting for it.
God, now I have a mess I got to clean up.
Oh, don't worry. I got a bucket. I brought a bucket.
That's not
He's
gonna
got a
help.
bucket too.
Across an ocean. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, well, let's just call it the Ghostbusters. That's what who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
What do you believe
Oh shit. By the way, if there's any kids watching, there's going to be some profanity. So just cover your ears and eyes, kids. Stay in school.
We're always ready for that, aren't we, Rich?
What?
Always ready for that.
There we go. The opinions in the following. Hey, wait, Pops, leave that up there so I can say it in my radio voice. The opinions in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Monday Madness Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt. Comic-related madness, its staff, contributors, or sponsors. This show is TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, Rich. Do it in your voice.
Do it in your voice. Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich.
I want the Ricky Gervais version.
Please.
Yeah, I don't care. I just don't care.
What you say.
You're going to die. Not necessarily the opinions of the Monday Madness Comic Talk and Pops Ben Sense. I don't care either. The madness and its staff and its contributors and sponsors. The TV show is TV Ma. That's not how we say it in the States. It's how we say it in Britain. TV-Ma. And
TV
you just
Ma.
advised, although I advise you to not even bother watching or reading any other comics aside from anything that Pops puts out or anything that he promotes. Do you know why? Because on Marvel Comics, they say they're woke, but they're not. They're full of shit. A majority of those are on Netflix and Disney, which are poisoning the atmosphere and everything else. So they're lying. I don't care. Matter.
Go ahead. Take your little trophy and go home.
Go home.
Take a trophy, take your Harvey Award, place it in an area where the sun would never shine, but it would always smell, and make sure that you bring it home with a plum. Please.
They clip this and run it every time. Thank you, Simon.
I don't care.
Don't care.
How you doing?
Care.
Hey, Miss Rena.
Hello. Oh, Jonathan Brooks. We got Jonathan Brooks in the chat.
Jonathan Brooks in the house. What's up, Jonathan?
How you doing?
What's on the screen here? Oh, there we go. Interviews. Interviews.
Someone saying hello on the bottom. Who's that?
At the top.
Jonathan Brooks.
Hello, Mr. Brooks.
Yeah.
Did you guys like the product placement on this one?
Look at that. Look at that.
I have some Critical Blast condoms.
Oh shit. I mean, I've got
Jonathan. It's good to see you, man. Pedro.
Other guy is like.
I love Stone's laughter. Every time it feels like he's coming out of a lamp in a puppet. Well, I don't want to tell anybody, but after I heard Stone read off that little censor thing and everything, I got a chubby. I was actually aroused when he did that. I was like, oh man, I'm ashamed.
Oh shit, Rich.
Thank you, Sim, for dropping the links.
Oh shit. Made me lose my train of thought. That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, at least you had one.
I mean, I had. Hey, there we go. That train is out of the yard. Pops, I was going to say something about this interviews section. We did something. We got on NBC the other week, and
Who is it? Was it
Turns out-
Hoden? Did she interview you?
Yeah, Zerlina Maxwell on their show. I guess they said,
Yeah,
tonight with Zerlina. What's that, Rich?
Oh, I was like, who interviewed you on NBC? I thought it was Hoda Kotb or something.
Oh no, maybe one of these days. But it was, you know what I mean. But we had Zerlina Maxwell, and this funny story that on Instagram there was a gentleman who like takes a lot of photography and he loves sci-fi and stuff like that, and he got in contact with me. It turns out that he was a rep at NBC. I was like, what the fuck? And so he was like, listen, I love what you do. It's just out of the blue. He's like, I love what you do. I told Zerlina and our executive producer about who you are, what you do. I send the website and all this other type of shit. I was like, and by the way, this is just a Tuesday morning. It was just a Tuesday. And I was like, okay, well, he said, well, we need to set you up to get interviewed. And then wouldn't you fucking know it happened. Because Zerlina, she's an author herself. And she also happens to love sci-fi. And then she also happens to love strong female character leads and stuff like that. So, I mean, and the executive producer. So they were all about it. I was like, well, thank you guys so very kindly, because that's a humbling experience. Number one, I didn't know the first step towards like, how do you like get in contact with any of these like major news networks or whatever. And then and this is what I was telling some folks, because I did Instagram Live the other day. And I said, this is just a function of trying. You don't put some sort of boundary on your face or in your mind to say, well, if I don't hit X or Y%, then this won't happen. Well, number one, none of us have the power to see tomorrow, period. There's almost 8 billion motherfuckers on the planet. And not one of us, regardless of how much money we have or don't have, or how much spirits that we've accumulated on this earth, none of us have the power to see tomorrow. So the only power that you have is to try. So I said, all I'm doing is just a function of trying. And that's obeying what my father told me, may God rest his soul. And he says, your son, just keep on trying. I'm like, yes, sir. So once I talked to Zerlina, suddenly, folks, it happened before then, which was kind of surprising, because as you see, there's some things. I got interviewed by some affiliates of Fox and CBS and NBC about this thing. Then I got, See, I'm forgetting. There's a lot happening here. Author Michelle D. Jackson, talked with her. And here in Mississippi, we have this magazine called Jackson Free Press. And they did an interview with me about, I was like, wow, this people kind of like it. It's surprising. And then wouldn't you know it, the Mississippi Arts Commission, they found out about me and they said, hey, why don't you apply for these grants here? We're supporting like artists, because we know we've got was it Faulkner and Eudora Welty and Richard Wright and so many other authors, let alone other creatives. I mean, Morgan Freeman, for example, that come from Mississippi, right? And they say, look, we need to keep representing. So when you know it, for 3 years in a row, they awarded me that. You see it on the right side of your screen, folks. 3-time Literary Grant Award winner. Which is absolutely humbling. I was just like, thank you guys. You guys believe in Journey in the Shadow in the South, for crying out loud.
Look how much his hair grew in 1 year, Rich.
What?
Look how much his hair grew in 1 year.
It's just skyrocketed. I just put fertilizer on it. I just put the fertilizer. And then I went to the chopper.
Remember, I got my hair cut in March. And then I cut it again.
I know.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yours would look just like that.
Oh, his looks better.
Wow.
No, his looks better.
It doesn't look better, Rich.
Well, no, because when my hair grows out like that, it doesn't grow long. I actually, after a while, if I leave it alone for about 6 months, I look like lead singer of Air Supply. So, yeah, we're not going to do that.
He's got the Leo Sayer thing going on.
It goes.
I swear to God.
Like the proper oval. It just looks.
Yeah. It poofs. Yeah, it's not.
It just flattens, and eventually I would look like Flat Top from Dick Tracy, because
it's so thick. And it's so thick, Stone, that you can't get a clipper through it. You got to chop it with a scissors.
You need to get like some hedge clippers. on that, on that sucker. Like, man,
5 girlfriends ago. I needed to do that after a while.
you needed to, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll discuss about hair treatment and relaxers, like maybe after the show.
Sometimes that forest is a little stinky, but I gave it the benefit of the doubt.
That's right. You have to at least give yourself the benefit of the doubt, Rich.
Well, I did. I held my nose closed, so I was all right. Yeah.
Man, Shikari
Tail
is
tap.
killing it.
My God. Oh, so the feature part, guys, I said it before that I have a store, and we're officially this is Journey of the Shadow is an official business entity. I got my business license. I'm doing business as Journey of the Shadow in the state of Mississippi, and I got certified by the Mississippi Development Authority as a minority certified business. I was just like, okay, well, that's nice. And then I was like, well, how do we get certified on something on the internet? So then I went to Google, and if you type in Journey of the Shadow, you'll see Journey of the Shadow pop up as a business with that nice little blue check mark that we serve the North American continent, because I'm still, working out international shipping and all that other type of shit. But we're official. We're official business, up through and through. So we got a store.
Okay. Stone.
Pops.
We got people that are working on that problem. That international shipping issue.
That international
We have
shipping
people
issue.
that are trying to figure out ways to beat this. So keep an eye out in the madness. Keep an eye out on what RJ is doing. Keep an eye out on what a couple of these other people are doing. Sim lives in Canada.
Okay,
He has a guy who he can send everything to in America to ship out.
Gotcha.
So he doesn't get nailed with that every
single time.
Every comic getting that heavy postage, right?
Right,
so he's like putting them all in one box and sending them to somebody down here, and then that person shipping them all out.
Gotcha. Oh man.
So there are people that are working on these things and trying to figure out ways to beat this ridiculous international shipping problem.
Stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
I'll
keep an eye.
I went UPS.
UPM?
UPS.
I went UPS. What would have cost? I live in the United Kingdom, and what would have cost me probably about £400 for the amount of books that I sent over. Now these are like 60-page hardcover and softcover books, like 40 of each. It's not light.
No.
About 110 American. No, 110 pounds.
110 pounds. That's not bad for that freight.
Yeah, and it showed up when it was supposed to be. So yeah, I'm going to use that from here on in.
But Pops, I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah,
I'll
let you know. We get when something finally is solid that everybody knows they can count on. We'll definitely be pushing the hell out of it
because we all need it, for crying out loud. Because I got fans in South Korea, Indonesia, Germany, Austria, France, Spain, Portugal, Ukraine, for crying out loud. These are all people that, like they go to the Amazon site and they purchase the, Kindle or the physical copy, and then they can read it in the English version because that's the only version that's available.
Purelator.
Simon's, when you got a business, you open a Purelator, UPS, you get
Purelator, yeah.
Purelator.
My stepdad used to work for Purelator, like way back in the 70s, man.
Wow, shit! That's
a long time, man. There you go.
Okay, Simon, I appreciate that. I'll hit you up.
That's what this is all about. Everybody helping each other out. That's why we.
There
do
you
what
go.
We do.
Networking. That's the reason why we do this, right? Because we're trying to see each other succeed. But on that note, my friends, we got a store here. Crying out loud! All these are prints, and I said it looks nice on the computer screen, but I said let's go and look in the box, and you can see what size they are. These are 5x7 prints. Here we go. Sorry for the glare. And that's elite mercenary, my bad. Elite mercenary Tatiana Ordovisha. She was created by a supernatural genius, that's Natalia Artemis, who used to be the head of research for the now annexed Ordovishan Empire, Class 4 civilization. And this artwork was done by IASAP. And she just has a a knack for like Battle Lady and like how to get that bodysuit and all that other type of shit. So this was recently done. She's also working on the Shadow Maiden, I should say, which is that lady. But yeah, these are three-piece print sets. So you get the standard costume, then you get like the less standard, and then you get the fully frontal, and that's the third piece. One big. There we go. That's Jesus, the Shadow Maiden.
God in heaven.
Look at what. Can I just direct you all's attention to her eyes? Just a second. Just a second. No, those eyes.
No.
This lady, I know.
Who was the artist again? Is this the same artist you mentioned before?
What's that?
Is this the same artist you mentioned before?
No, this is a different artist. She's from Iran, and her name's Kat Chan. That's her handle, Kat Chan.
Oh wow!
And she made this.
Is she here, or is she in the States?
No, she's in Iran, like literally right now. She's literally in Iran, like right now.
Dangerous for her to be painting stuff like this.
Oh, she's fine. And I say that with some nonchalantness. Underground. It's underground. They've got it figured out. The not safe for work artists and stuff like that, they're over there. They got it figured out. But this is the Shadow Maiden. Can't say her name. This is the portrait series, and I just absolutely love what she did. Those freaking eyes. I've been envisioning these eyes for like way too much time, and then when I, gave her the description and stuff like that, she just nailed it. Memories are flooding back to me. I know, me too. You're not the only one, Brad. But that's from Kat Chan, and another one from Kat Chan is I call the Spicy series. I forget what series I call it. But this one is Goddess Rosaria, and there are multiple lingerie sets. So I was just like, we have got to do some spicier stuff.
I got a problem.
Redheads. I've got, yes, Pop, say it loud, say it proud. I have an unhealthy weakness for redheads. Yeah, unhealthy. And that's why, if you guys can see, well, there she is right there. Goddess Rosaria. This is also done by Kat Chan. And there's a whole series of these with Goddess Rosaria, as you see, Goddess Evelyn, the Mother of Souls, and the Shadow Maiden. Now, the sundress
picture, I didn't know there was a nice version of that.
Oh, yes, there are nice. Oh, there are nice versions. I am the genie of the lamp. There are really nice versions, as you can see. That there's like a red, like swimsuit, like lingerie type alternative. And then there's
the censored version.
The censored version that I'm not gonna flash up here.
You can just slide that in with my first edition, and you just slide that one in with my first edition.
With the first edition, just like right under the table.
I want to slide something in that first edition.
Stop it, Rich. Stop.
I'll try.
We got shirts, phone cases, all kinds of stuff here.
All kinds of shit. Guys, you got swag. That's me on Twitch. I try to get on Twitch, but that's a work in progress.
Man, I can't get nobody to watch me on Twitch, dude.
It's you gotta be one of these millennials, or the younger millennials, I should say, because I'm an older millennial and I just don't get it. Like I don't know how to do it.
Watch this. I'll even try again. Let me see. Hold on. I'll even try again for these people.
We're all holding.
Hey, if you're on Twitch, follow us over there.
Let's see if that works. Let's just give it a shot.
There, man. I get no love over there. But while you're at it, join the madness on Facebook. All that.
Yep, get it. The madness is great. I love it. Where was I going? Yeah, guys, but the greatest thing that's happened, yes, I'm really grateful that for Mississippi Arts Commission, for their all their generosity. And then you go further into the character backgrounds and stuff that. And I'm glad that we're at this part of the webpage, because the second novel has been completed. The second novel has been compiled. I put all the Word docs together. I slapped into a PDF, and by the time January rolls around, I can send it to the editors and whatever. But Journey of the Shadow, Darkness Falls is a thing. And between Volume 1 and Darkness Falls, you guys remember when I showed how thick this book is?
Mhm.
Like it's just as thick as the ladies, right? It's just as thick as the ladies. Well, Darkness Falls is 6,000 words short of being twice as long, meaning it has 174,000 words. That's a big old book. I'm talking about J.R.R. Tolkien book. I didn't mean for that to be that way, but that's what happened when I reevaluated what Journey of the Shadow meant to yours truly, and then what I was trying to communicate through all these characters. Pops, if you don't mind, if you can scroll up to the top where the characters were. I think I saw my man Sumisu, and then there he is. So the whole premise of Journey of the Shadow is this guy, 19-year-old Commander Sumisu, right? You notice he doesn't have a last name, and that's no spoilers or nothing. But I'll read it. Considered a prodigy of supernatural powers by Grandmaster Sanzai himself, Commander Sumisu leads the charge to stop the resurrection of an ancient evil before all souls on Earth are consumed. If Sumisu fails, the Novum goddesses suffer ruin, and so shall the universe.
So he's the one protecting the memories?
He's the one that's protecting the memories. We can't let those memories get out of, you know what I'm saying? No one else can touch them, okay? We don't need that.
I got his back. I got his back. All right.
He said, "The hell yeah!" So this is the other guy, Shujin Iwado. I'll read it for the folks at home. Shujin Iwado's world changed from high marks in school to embracing his destiny as a goddess's weapon, a force sought by two extraterrestrial civilizations. Now, Shujin joins his friend Sumisu in a fight that spans the galaxy. Adulting sucks. Shujin Iwado, I would say, is definitely like the number 2. He's second, MC in the story. And I would say that the story really revolves around the overarching mission behind Sumisu. And I'll show him again. And the title Journey of the Shadow really implies that Sumisu is that shadow. This is a journey that he's going through. Okay. So there's some extrapolation towards existentialism automatically in the title of the book. I think next we have Shadow Maiden. I'll put in quotations. Aha. But for all of you wondering why don't we have her name yet? Don't worry, it's revealed in Darkness Falls. But for now, it's going to be called Shadow Maiden. She's the mother of power. Her humanoid form, and this is really cool. This is really cool that her humanoid form is like 239 centimeters. So she's like 7 foot something. I forget. 7 feet, like 6 inches, 7 foot 8 inches. So she's tall. But our dark mistress of the universe. What's that, Pops?
Legs to her lunchbox, right?
So, what's she talking about? She's got legs for light years. Dot, 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 dot. You see that, guys? You see what I did there? Our dark mistress of the universe. Not much is known about the mysterious Shadow Maiden, other than she is likely the most powerful deity in the universe, mother of power, and third-tier dimensional ruler. And soon all shall kneel before her, lest one man stand in her way. Ooh, dot, 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 dot. So there's a matriarchal system.
Wait a minute now. So you got memories trying to take out the memories?
Well, I'm not saying that, Pops. I can't give it away. I can't tell you what the memories are doing. Are they going to be bouncing one way, or are they going to be bouncing north, south, east, or west? I can't tell you. But what I can say, is that they play a huge role in the entire Journey of the Shadow series. There we go. Okay, so Shadow Maiden is little sister in the matriarchy, okay? That's little sister. This is middle sister. Goddess Evelyn, Mother of Souls, Patrina of Devonia, second dimensional overseer of the ruler of the universe. And so she's looking for this humanoid anomaly, and she's looking for a miracle, something that was prophesized to, be birthed into the universe. There's some weird stuff that takes place. I mean, hey, I'm weird, but this is what she's looking for because Goddess Evelyn and her sister, Goddess Rosaria, there you go. That's the next goddess. That's big sister. Keep going. Keep going. You're good. You're good, Pop. There you go. Goddess Rosaria. This is the one that made a prophecy about a miracle appearing in the universe, and so she and her middle sister are looking for this miracle to pop into the universe. So in this matriarchy, and I want to say this particularly about the goddesses. that, you know, you look at mainstream stuff and, you know, sure, everyone's used to the Norse mythology. Everyone's used to the Egyptian mythology. Everybody knows about the Greek pantheons, the Roman pantheons. It's and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm tired of it. I didn't want to mimic any of that. I was just like, well, why can't we just come up with something ourselves? And one thing that I couldn't stand, one thing I can't stand personally as a writer, is all the idiosyncratic stuff that just kept throwing uncertainty around. Like, what if they did this? What if they did that? I'm like, well, how do you make a separation from human behavior from a deity's behavior if they're going to have the same, you know, level of uncertainty as to whether or not how they make a decision? I said, fuck that. In the Novum patriarchy, they work on absolutes. For those who are familiar with mathematics, you get 2 big bars on the number, and that represents absolute value. What they say, that's what they fucking mean. And that means a whole lot to driving some, how do you say, concrete and conciseness and how things progress chronologically throughout the story arc. And there's a lot of arcs. Let's keep scrolling, Pops, because there's a lot of characters. Princess Suzuka Devonia. She's the imperial commander of the Class 4 civilization of the Devonians, and they're the holy race of people made by Goddess Evelyn. And someone said it earlier that I shouldn't make them pick between. Yeah, it might be my favorite. Never had a half-naked woman say to me, "Surrender with your dignity intact." I haven't lived. Can I get an amen? I tell you, I love amen. Look at that age. She's 1,370 years old. It doesn't look like it, because that you know that, I mean, one, they're extraterrestrial, you know, species. But 2, maybe they've been gifted by something because they're an ordained race from that lady, from Goddess Evelyn, right? There's something about her. I'm not going to tell you what it is, yada, yada, but I'll read it. Imperial Commander Suzuka is the crown princess of the Devonian Empire. She seeks to claim the Mark of Evelyn, in quotations, and ensure her sole rival, mercenary Tetiana, doesn't do so first. However, there is yet another prize Suzuka wishes to claim, ... And don't forget to sign up for to thank you. Thank you. Simon's he's posting.
Yeah, well, see,
thank you very much.
We this is what I was talking about earlier with Ty. It's like all of our people, I give everybody a wrench so that they can share links.
Yeah.
Right. So that, you know, I mean, you know,
that's
okay,
simple.
This is Simon's campaign right here.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Look at that.
I give everybody wrenches. Like when you guys are watching, you can post each other's links, and everybody can see what everybody's doing, whether they're on the show or not. You see what I'm saying? So it's a promotion and networking thing.
it's just that why make it harder? You know what I'm saying? Shit's hard enough out here. Just post a link, just share it, go to it.
Everybody helps. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I don't know if you know Frog G or not, but Frog is a big supporter of everybody, and he's a mod in almost everybody's channel. And every time he hears somebody's name, somebody's mentioned, like if I'm on a show with Rich and I say, "Yo, man, Stone was out here the other day," dude will drop your link like right now. As soon as your name's mentioned, he'll drop your link in the chat. Once everybody gets to know you, just like with Ty, once everybody gets to know who you are, you will be everywhere. You show up in the chat, say hi on Sim Show, you know, on these other shows. Show up in the chat, say hi, get to where people know you. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There it is, Simon.
Don't be selfish. Promote everybody.
Yeah, promote others. That's right. Share it. Sharing is caring. What's that? Was that Rich?
I repeated what you said.
Yeah, sharing is caring. It's just bottom line.
Rich understands the Frog G thing, because I'll show you.
Oh,
Rich totally understands the Frog G thing. Rich drew Frog G. Holding the super wrench. You see what I'm saying? You know.
No, I feel it. I love that energy. Come on.
I mean, we appreciate the people in the chat that help do what the main goal is, which is get eyes on what everybody's doing.
That's why I'm here. I draw stuff that Pops wants me to draw, so I am having some. So
And I don't take advantage of that very often, but every now and then I'll be like, "Yo, Rich, man, you gotta do it."
know.
Hey, Rich, please. Can you please, Rich? Oh, hey, Pops, guess what? I got a surprise for you. We got I think 2 or 3 more characters.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
But you have to
Show more?
click show more. Yeah, you got to click show more. There she is. There's
ooh,
that beautiful thing.
there's your-
I had to.
God help me and Lord and boobs.
yeah, that's the sundress, Rich.
That's her. That's
Mhm.
Arlette Salvatierra. That's First Lieutenant. And I said to myself a long time ago, I said, we have got to have ourselves an elf-looking extraterrestrial species. And I said, and she's got to be chocolate. There's just no other way around it. And I said, well, how do you think we can go about doing it? Oh, well, what about, how about, how the Aboriginals look? I was just like, well, why the fuck not? I just said, why not? And then in my head, I bring these descriptions to all these illustrators, Shikari, ISAP, and Katjan, and whatever. And they're just like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. They didn't draw her yet. They didn't do shit. They're just like, she's gorgeous, because that's how I was envisioning her in my head all these years. Same thing for all these other characters. And so Arlette is a really super fucking special character in this story. And no spoilers, but once you get your hands on Darkness Falls, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But I'll read it. First Lieutenant, best girl, in quotations, Arlette Salvatierra, of the Devonian military police, possesses uncanny strength that's only outmatched by her personality. Crashing to Earth, she discovers Commander Sumisu, a being whose heart exceeds his powers, but he's plagued by his own existence. Perhaps the power she hides will be Commander Sumisu's salvation. That should be an indicator enough as to what will probably transpire in Journey of the Shadows. She's really important. Just going to say it. Okay, roll the next clip. Roll the next clip, Pop. And this lady.
Purple girls. I love purple girls. Oh,
I know. This is so way before
it says
way
blue,
before
but it looks
Overwatch.
purple to me, bro.
It's blue. I went with Fierez, this guy from Colombia. When I reached out to him, I was just like, just make her like a blue, but kind of purplish. He's like, I got your shade you're looking for, right?
Yeah, he does.
And I said, go for it. I just told him, I said, go for it. You just send me the shade, and I'll be like, look. So this lady, Tetiana Ordovisha, this elite mercenary from the annexed civilization of Ordovisha, she was created by the supernatural scientist Natalia Artemis, right? As a defense against Princess Suzuka, the lady we saw earlier, right? So this lady, her character, I'm not ashamed to say it, it started primordially with Limp Bizkit's Nookie. Literally. Like I said, what kind of personality does she have? She's a go-getter. She gives no fucks, takes no prisoners. And I said, what sort of song am I thinking about? And it was Limp Bizkit's Nookie. So one day on Instagram, thank you, Simon. And hey, same, gotta love elves. Wait till you see my space fantasy babe. So, can't wait. Can't wait, Simon. I have an auspiciously large boner waiting on that, Simon.
He said auspiciously large.
Auspiciously large. It doesn't matter if you're wearing grape, the sweatpants or jeans. It's just like, dude, would you put that away? I'm like, I can't hide it. What do you want me to do? It's right here. Fuck.
It's just in your face, yo.
I'm sorry it's in your face, bro, but really, I can't do anything about it. One day, I post this artwork in my Instagram story, and Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, he liked it. I was like, wow. So thanks a lot, Fred Durst, for taking an interest in Journey of the Shadow. And finally, and last but not least, is Natalia Artemis, this ball of fire, the redhead. Supernatural genius, I mentioned her name before, 169 years old, 69, nice. And look at that quote. It's hunting season, and I'm hunting you, Sumisu. That is, good Lord, that is enough to set fire to 30 countries.
Nobody knows the true context.
Nope.
Which way she's hunting him.
Was it? Nope. Was that what no one knows, but I'll tell you this. My gosh, just read volume 1. I say this to people. Volume 1 is the shortest novel, but it's the intro novel.
Hi, Teresa.
What's up? Teresa, what's up, girl? Thank you for joining.
Hi.
All the way from what's that? What's that, Rich?
I said hi, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. Oh, stop, Teresa, stop.
Never.
I tell folks that Volume 1 is the introductory novel. This is a 4-novel series that I'm planning, okay? And Volume 1, it introduces you to the characters, lets you, kick around the water, get a feel for them, and how they interact, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't really go into much detail. But there I am with a lot less hair. Oh, shoots, man. Here's all the nerd stuff I went through. Look at this. I graduated from Jackson State with a bachelor's in Earth System Science. And I mentioned before that I'm like a 12, 13 year researcher because I was trying to build all that stuff up to eventually get to professorship. So by the time 20 years hits, that I could get my tenureship at some university. But, things happen in life and you got to, some things you're going to take a turn. Like I said, no one knows tomorrow. You can't plan for tomorrow. So, but I took all that stuff, all that science that I've been interested in for so fucking long, right? You don't hop into hard sciences if you hate it, okay? So then I said, well, why can't we utilize some of this shit that we're researching and throw it in a fun way into Journey of the Shadows? So a lot of my research, a lot of the things that I've studied, a lot of the things I've taught people, because I taught at the K through 12 level, at the undergraduate level, the graduate level. Pops, I was doing artificial intelligence and machine learning on high performance computing, supercomputers for a branch of the DoD. And I was doing that shit for 4 years. And it's
me and you talking later, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could go on all day about it, but my point being is that I said, man, all this life experience and all the things that you learn and concepts and stuff, I'm like, that's what you can derive inferences, because creativity is an abstraction of reality. That's all it is. You're taking something that influenced you, inspired you in some dimension or another. And I said, well, why can't we do the same shit with what we've been doing for all these years? And so that's why I looked at Natalia Artemis. I said, I got to have a scientist in here somewhere, some super genius, supernatural genius. And by the way, no spoilers, but I know Natalia and Goddess Rosaria look alike, right? But just hold on, just hold that thought, all right? So don't look at those pictures and hold them together. Be like, isn't that the same lady? I'm like, no, impossible. But my point being is that Journey of the Shadow, Darkness Falls, takes a step further into the background behind these individuals, what they've experienced. They've got long histories. And my gosh, I could probably write another sequel series if I had the time. But Darkness Falls is twice as long as the first book because it expands on everybody's arc. You start to see more about Commander Shimizu, what he goes through on the day-to-day, what he's dealing with this evil, right, that's confronting the planet. And now that this potential evil can cause an intergalactic, genocide, let alone harm the overseers of the universe, literally the overseers of the universe, he's got to figure out that's a lot for somebody that's 19, right? That sure, he's got all these amazing. It's just because he's got all these powers. There's one trope I wanted to kind of chip at that. Yes, we can have a male leading character with a lot of powers and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he has all the answers. That doesn't necessarily mean that he has all the wisdom as someone who's walked the earth for 80 years, right? He's 19. He's got all these powers. He's still learning himself. He's still learning how to control these powers. He's still learning what his position is in life or this galaxy or the universe. So he's confronted with all these adversities, but he also confronts all these extraordinary individuals, which we've just gone over. And so all of these, and in volume 1, you'll see these characters come together, and there's comedy, and there's I like to put a lot of laughter in my dialogue, because laughter, man, that's one of the key components of gumbo of life, right? And there's drama, there's topics here and there, there's nothing preachy, but it gives you an opportunity to dive into this world and learn these characters and see them come together to try to confront an adversity that nobody has seen before. right? And I'll say this one thing. I think writing and media today is too focused on the deaths of characters. I think we're writing too many graveyards in literature, and we're not really taking an effort to explore the lives of characters, to see how they overcome struggle, to see how they overcome adversity, to see what strengths, how do they utilize their so-called weakness, right? And learn from that to defeat something. I think we've lost the value of that. And that's one of these reasons why, you know, some of us, and particularly in this later generation, are so downtrodden all the time because they don't see any inspiration. They don't see, well, how can I relate with this character to do X, Y, and Z? Well, my God, everything is focused on, well, this is my favorite character and they died. And then this is my next favorite character and they died. And then everybody's dying. And then you look outside and everybody's dying. Like there's no life anywhere. And I'll quote my father, may God rest his soul. He says, son, wherever you go on earth, you give people life. So I'm just trying to obey what the old man told me. I said, well, damn it. It takes a hell of a lot more work. It takes a hell of a lot more work to write a lot of characters with a huge backstory and keep them over multiple arcs,
Right.
over a 4-novel series. That takes a lot more work, and that explains and that expresses something about the effort and intention of the writer itself. I could have made a graveyard novel, my friends, Pops and Rich. I could have done something like what was it? What's the name of the no, Game of Thrones. Was that I could have
just keep killing people off one after another. Yeah,
you know, one after another, and then, you know, they do that for the shock factor and this, that, and the third. I'm more interested in expressing to people how life flourishes and how we encounter adversity in life. How do we overcome those adversities?
Yeah.
And no matter what kind of strengths that we have, no matter if we're supernatural this or metaphysical that, adversity is going to hit us, but how do we confront it? How do we succeed? That's the kind of message. That's the sort of theme that I want to give back to people to inspire, because we need that now more than anything. I'm sitting here writing, thinking to myself, what the fuck? Am I alone in this? I'm looking at all this media coming from left and right, and everybody's dying. I'm just like, well, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. You know, for me, overcoming the adversities I've gone through, losing my parents, both of them in 2020, lost 5 friends. This is all non-COVID related, all in 2020.
Damn.
And I was just like, I said, there's the lesson being taught here. And that's when you have the time to sit back and reflect, not regret, reflect, my friends. And that reflection allows you to open some doors and say, well, while I'm still here, why not give the gift of life, the perspective of looking at things in a different light, in a better light to other people? Why not do it? I don't want to focus on the deaths of some people. Yes, a death may happen, but what's the consequence of that? You know what I mean? You want to give people something better, particularly in this time. And art is a reflection, as we said, like the Renaissance period after the Second Great Schism, and the Renaissance period happened. You saw all this artwork take place. We had universities and stuff flourish. I say, well, this bastardization of our creativity has got to stop. And I said, well, shit, it's got to stop with me as well. So Journey of the Shadow, my friends, it's not stopping with Darkness Falls. Oh, there's the poster. It's not stopping with Darkness Falls. I'm planning for book 3, Vengeance Theorem, to come out in 2023. And then the final book is Sumisu Rising, that should come out in 2024. And I should mention that both of these novels were drafted, both of them, in 2015. So I've got them on my computer, but I'm just like, we can add a little bit more. Just like what happened to volume 2, it went from 100,000 words to 170,000 because life happened. Life gave me all these ideas, and I said, well, fuck it, let's share it with people. And that's the end. That's the entire premise behind why we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do this because we hate it.
I gotta let my buddy Rich go to bed. It's 11 o'clock over there where he lives.
Rich, I'm sorry. I'm singing you to sleep. I'm sorry about I'm sorry about everything. Rich, go to bed.
Rich. Everything you're saying is far and away the most inspirational stuff that I've heard in quite some time, as in like well over a few years, if not a decade or so. The only reason why I am falling around and looking like I'm trying to utilize what neck muscles I actually have left is because I've been up since about 2 o'clock yesterday morning. So in 3 hours, I will have been up for 24 hours.
Oh no! Go
A
to bed.
really big glass of gin has not helped me with my. Yeah.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
11 a.m. tomorrow morning, bro.
I would wish you good fortune, but you do not need it because your brilliance and your talent outshines any type of luck anybody needs.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to say hello to you in the English language and stuff. I am tired as fuck. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Rich,
Okay,
I will
Rich.
see you in the morning. I'll be out here about 11 a.m. with the Tuesday morning brew.
What?
Tuesday morning brew.
What?
Yeah, another show.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. I'm just like, I want a show that's not totally focused on comics. I don't have many shows that aren't just about promoting books.
Yeah.
Whatever show I'm going to be on is going to be about fucking comics one way or the other.
Well, I mean, we're still going to talk about comics. It's just going to be, I'm going to wake up Tuesday morning. I'm going to be like, all right, I got my coffee.
Right.
What's up, yo?
What's up? What's happening? Let's do this, bitch.
I'm not scheduling guests or anything. Anybody shows up type of thing, you know.
Take care, Rich.
I will see you. Stone, it's a pleasure to see you again. Bye. See you later, Pops.
Good night, my friend.
Bye.
Thank you.
Man.
For the
Simon
memories.
says, the comic resolution is repeating itself. Marvel, Metal Hurling, and Image Comics are now the indie comic industry, the new art revolution in comics are known around the world as the ninth art for a reason.
For a reason. Amen to that, Simon. Amen to that. This is I would say something that I'm long-winded like my dad. I get philosophical like my dad. I just can't help it. But the purpose of art is to communicate. That's the underlying. And I said, well, maybe through Journey of the Shadow, right? In this construct that I see a bastardization of creativity because we shuffle our kids through school and we rip their creativity from them and then we punish them for trying to express creativity. And if they don't express it in the right way, then that's ripped away. And then you just damage that inspiration at a pure developmental age. And that is one of the greatest tragedies of humanity, I would say, particularly in developed nations.
Yeah. Draw. Let the kids draw.
just let them draw. Listen, Pops, I can't draw for shit. I was trying to draw, circles and things. I tried. But then I found out, look at that. So, hey, you're the new Santa. I'm just saying. 360.
I drew that last weekend during the open draw stream that we do on Sundays because I don't know what.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't get inspired like an artist knows what they want to draw. They get inspired to draw something or commissioned to draw something or whatever, and they just go right to it.
Yeah,
I have to really be inspired to pick up a pencil and draw. You know what I mean?
That's just what you understand about yourself, right? With that particular medium, like that's really the same with me.
I have to really feel it to even pick the pencil up or look for a piece of paper to draw on. I mean,
I don't know how visual artists do it, but then I would say by the same extension, visual artists will come to me to be like, well, how did you come up with these characters? Like Shikari himself, he was like, how did you come up with them? I'm just like, and that's the beauty of creativity, is that we have these different modes of perceiving the world, right? And that type of perception, draws a particular inspiration, for the visual artist and the writer, the musician, any of these artistic mediums. That's the beauty of it, that our brains are wired in so many different ways. But the greatest triumph is that when we blend these things together, and just, my gosh, like Simon said, the ninth art. I would say with this holistic term, right? That this rebirth, this re-envisioning, of the purpose of why creatives do what they do. And just to piggyback off of what Rich said in his very courteous words, I can't be humbled enough by yourself and Rich. Thank you so very kindly. But for Journey of the Shadow, I wanted to give, it wasn't just about the visuals. Sure, there's a remarkable beauty, but then there's a function of that. There's remarkable beauty in life, despite what we're constantly thrown in our face every day. Right. You see what I'm saying, Pops? This is just a representation. I'm saying, guys, there's beauty in life. This is just stop. Take a look around you. You can invert your vision. You can change your perception, my friends. It won't happen overnight, but picking up one foot and putting it down in front of the other and saying, you know what? We're not going to embrace this negative this. We're not going to take in this negative that, or the third. And suddenly this beauty starts to infiltrate you. And then you're able to get better sleep at night. You see that? But there's a spark somewhere. It's got to happen for us. We're humans. We're created weak. I mean, we've got all kinds of weaknesses. Shit, from arrogance to sleepiness. Like we need to eat all the time. Fuck, we need to breathe in oxygen. Like we're dependent on a lot of things. Okay.
Opinionated.
We're opinionated, bro. Did you not hear my opinion? Yeah. Bro. Do your research, bro. I'm like, dude, calm down. No one's attacking you right now. No one's attacking you. But you get it.
Yes.
So instead of preaching to the choir, I said, let's start with self. My mother, may God rest her soul, she always said this. She said, son, you got to start with self. I'm like, oh, no. She wasn't just saying that for, because it was a Thursday. She was saying that to see beauty, that it has to start from within here first. And if you want to convey that to others, then there's a type of mastery that, it's a lifelong thing, but you got to get started somewhere and you have to be patient with it. So my dad told me this, which his granddad told him. His father told him, then he told me, he says, have patience with your patience. I was just like, damn, he dropped that on me. Okay, cool. Have patience with your patience. It's hard enough to be patient, Pops. Hard enough. Because, as soon as you hop anywhere, you're just like, why didn't this motherfucker turn on his blinker? Why are you standing in the middle of the grocery aisle? This type of stuff happens all the time. Test your patience. But having patience with that allows you, my friends, to construct that vision. It's not rose-colored glasses that I'm talking about. It's objectively looking at things and say, you know what? I can see a positive from that. I can build something out of all this, stuff. Like I got a book that literally says darkness falls, but just because darkness falls upon you does not mean that that's the end result of your existence. That's not true. Nobody, who wrote that? Who wrote that? By whose authority? So Darkness Falls, the book that, we're trying to get the Kickstarter out, I think mid-January, Pops. Darkness Falls, it takes on that notion, and it's told through the story, through the arc of Commander Sumisu. Like I said, he's young, he's got a lot of stuff on his shoulders, and you'll start to see that the characters themselves don't look at weaknesses as explicit weaknesses. They look at a weakness as an opportunity. And where did I borrow that concept from? I borrowed it from when I was teaching. Because, people, from a kid all the way up to an adult, they walk through the classroom and they're already intimidated. Their anxiety is already at 11, right? Oh, yeah. And regardless of what the subject matter is, it's the same thing. You might have your star there or star wherever, but your job as an instructor is to make sure that as many people grasp the subject as possible. So your job is to enable that person to make sure that they're absorbing. So every time I started a class, Pops, every time I started a class from K through 12, undergrad or graduate level, I said, none of you have a weakness. None of you have a weakness. All you have is an opportunity. That's it. That's it. I said, so me getting up here and showing you these PowerPoint slides and stuff, I said, there's going to be years from now where you'll forget some of this stuff. I said, this is a moment in your life where you just have an opportunity. I said, but don't put it on yourself that you said, oh, I cannot. I said, erase that from yourself. I said, and I'm not going to impose that upon you either. I said, this is a stage of learning, just like we would approach any other context or situation in life, period. So that sort of concept, my friends, is definitely an overarching theme within Journey of the Shadow, to give people some sort of substance that they can take with themselves and say, well, maybe I can give that a shot. See, that little light bulb goes off. Well, maybe I can give that a try. You know, they read a sequence of dialogue. They'd be like, well, okay, why not? Why not? Give people the option so they can say to themselves, why not? That's another overarching theme from. You see, I told you I'm talkative, Pops, but Journey of the Shadow has impacted my life from, when I was doing research at NASA or NOAA or the National Center for Atmospheric Research, or when I was, bumping heads with eggheads at Princeton. They have what they call not the ECMWF, but not the WRF model. Gosh. Anyway, but in Princeton, they got this really, they got a hurricane model, and I was debating with those guys up there. And during all that time, I was just like, how in the world can I blend this with Journey of the Shadow? You know what I mean? Or your characters there talking to you in the background and that sort of thing. And I said, I want people's life to be influenced by these characters as they've influenced and impacted mine. So that's it in a nutshell, my friends. You want to learn? There it is.
What, Stone? I'm gonna get with you. Like I said, one of them 3 final first editions right there.
There's literally 3.
Look, second prints aren't good for me. I'm a collector.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, you get me?
Okay.
Right? So it might take me a little while to fund you, but put one on the side for me. Right? Put one on the side.
Bro, it's already in the closet. I don't have to come out the closet to get one out for you.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. All
right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. I gotta go get me some din, baby.
Oh yeah. It's about that time.
It is that
Captain
time.
Look,
I'm so glad you're back, bro. Glad you're back,
Pops. I'm glad to be back. I love this energy, Pops.
I was missing you, bro. I'm telling you, I was worried. I was hitting up your sister. I was like, what's going on?
What's happening?
Yeah. So I'm really glad you're back, man. I'm looking forward to seeing where this journey goes. 4 of those monster books, y'all. 4.
Yeah. 4. You guys, just hold on to your butts. There's a lot more Journey of the Shadow on the way.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. It's good talking to you as usual, and I expect to be able to talk to you again when you're ready to pop this one out.
Oh yeah. You got to get in your grandstanding. Oh yeah, brother. The cream of the crop. All right, Bob.
Rises to the top.
Man, I got Randy Macho Man Savage. Yeah, I knew it. I knew you had it. I got them all. I'll let you go.
I got them all in there. If you smell
what the rock is cooking.
Brother. I got them all in there, man. They're all in there. Okay.
For the next few shows, let's just randomly bring out some WWE, no, WWF at the time. It was World Wrestling Federation at the time. These kids got to know. We got to teach these kids.
The World Wildlife Foundation.
Oh shit!
Man, how would you like to have like one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, and somebody say you can't use that name?
You're like, I can't. What? Fuck off! I'm gonna use this name. You know what I mean?
Vince was mad as hell, bro.
He was, bro. He's using Vince McMahon. Man, I felt his pain.
Do you know
like all the way like
branding cost a company that size?
All that money he was sniffing, and he was like, oh yeah, he had all that money on rebranding and reissue. It's just what a nightmare.
Yeah,
what a nightmare.
That was horrible. Good stuff. I love the past.
There's literature. I call it. It's great literature.
We learn from history, yo. We learn.
Damn right.
All right, Stone, I'm going to let you go, bro. It's always good talking to you, and I'm looking forward to the next one, my friend.
Absolutely. Right. Take care, my friends. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves.
I got more commercials.
Ooh, commercials. Let's do it. Let's go.
Right. Where's that first one? Where's it? We got this one.
Searching for it.
Peace. Y'all make sure you come back out next week, tomorrow morning, anytime we're out here, be here.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Sunsworn Wings of Vengeance is funding now on Indiegogo. Don't miss this action-packed space fantasy adventure sure to rekindle your love for the genre. Get it now on Indiegogo or just go to sunsworn.com.
In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the Monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. Monster Matador, Afropocalypse.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties? Countdowns? CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit